Glory in the light of the Radiant One. Welcome, everyone. Today on Conversations with Goddess, we have a very special show. We are going galactic. This is the 1-year anniversary of the passing, the ascension of our beloved star sister, Celestine Aisha Star. I have invited Michaelah Ivie, another beautiful star being and priestess sister. And we thought how perfect to come together in sacred ceremony and honor our beloved sister. I am Heaven Hope, and this is Conversations with Goddess. So if this is your first time visiting our magical channel in this part of the universe, you may want to consider subscribing and joining the global family of light. We bring you guests and information for your expansion, your elevation, your inspiration, for your ascension. So thank you for joining us. And on the show today is a beloved sister, Michaelah Ivie, a total priestess sister. We're going to talk about all things goddess, priestess, galactic, and of course, our beloved Celestine Aisha Star. Welcome to the show, beloved Michealah.
Glory in the light of the Radiant One. Just giving thanks for you and putting this tribute together for our dear star sister, Celestine Star, who is so grateful for all the energy you put in to honoring her life and her path as a priestess. And thank you for having me on here to continue to honor her in that way. I really appreciate your time and energy that you put towards your show and inspiring the world with Conversations with Goddess. So thank you so much for inviting me here today. I'm grateful to be here.
My pleasure, my joy, and my honor. And we are going to have you on other episodes because you have so much light and wisdom, powerful transmissions to bring through. But for today, we are definitely going galactic in honor of our beloved star. We have stars in our background. We have the embodiment of the divine feminine, the priestess energy that we're calling in. And now we're going to do a little ceremony. Michealah has a beautiful image of her. We're going to call her in.
Celestine Star, the one, the only high priestess that invoked me and other high priestesses such as Heaven into the sanctuary of love and wisdom and beauty. Celestine Star walked in so much grace and kindness, and she was so generous. So we're just calling in her spirit here today to help us channel her wisdom and her beauty and her love.
I think you have something really exciting to share with all of us and all who are watching in her beloved community who have definitely felt her loss because it happened so suddenly. It was such a shock. The good news is you actually have made contact with our beloved star, have you not?
I have. 3 days before she passed, I was in her presence and she knew she was going to go. She could feel it. We've been friends for a really long time. She was a teacher and a guide for me. She was also just my friend. I felt like we were on the same level with each other. And she said to me,
I love that level.
Level, okay? And before she left, she said, I'm leaving my body on this earth plane, but I'm still going to work with you. Is it okay if I come to you and we still work together? I said, absolutely, yes. With Celestine, one of the things that I learned is that I needed to suspend my disbelief with her because she was such a high-level being, a galactic being. But through suspending my disbelief, sometimes when she would share things that were really out there, really hard for me to comprehend, I was able to actually really receive her, and she knew that I was receiving her. She knew that I had no resistance to the wisdom and the galactic information that she would share. I was also privy to ships coming many times. I lived always on the hill in San Francisco, so I was on the top of the hill so I could see the whole valley. And there were many times when the galactic ships would come, and that's when she would say, anytime you see them, you say, glory in the light of the Radiant One. So I had many, many encounters with these ships and would videotape them and record them.
They're just multiplying. But where are they coming from? How are they multiplying? They're coming from inside the ships? Wow. What's that? Heard a helicopter come. Oh wait, whoa. Oh, it's so hard to catch this one.
She knew that I got high salutes from the captains of the ships because they flew right over me and they would shine 3 lights down. She would ask me how many lights are shining above you right now, because I would call her when ships were coming, because I knew that she could walk me through it, because I was just in awe of it. She had a lot of experience with the Galactics and ships and Skywatches. When I became aware of them, they've shown themselves to me. She knew that I was special. She said they've turned the lights on to the living room. She's like, the reason you can see them and other people cannot is because they trust you and they've turned the lights on for you so that you know that they're there. And I was really comforted by this, because I have had experiences during medicine journeys where I have gone home to my planet, which is Pleiades, and spoken to light beings that told me what my star name is, which is Ayana Makua, and spoke to me in soul language. And actually, when Celestine and I first met, she also shared in soul language. And when I saw her for the first time, I knew I was in the presence of a galactic star priestess. And she recognized me right away, and it was instant recognition for both of us. We always had that connection. It wasn't like she had to show me, they were showing me. She was just there guiding. So she's always been a real guiding light in my life.
As she has been a real guiding light in so many of the people in her community, myself included. She is a dear, dear sister. And as everyone knows who has seen the Celestine Prophecy trilogy that I created in honor of her, the 3 episodes chronicling her amazing journey on this planet and her ascension. I shared with everyone Glory in the Light of the Radiant One, because that was something that I learned from her. She shared with me about it at my first Skywatch. When you say glory in the light of the Radiant One, you are letting the galactics know that you are an awake and aware being, and you are ready for them to make contact. And we do know that the time is approaching very soon when they will really begin to make contact, and that there is nothing to fear. Celestine really impressed upon us at the various ceremonies and gatherings that we attended with her when she was doing the Skywatches in Marin County. And I went to what I thought was a ceremony, but I didn't realize it was actually a Skywatch. And if it was anybody else, I probably would have been even more nervous or uncertain. But because it was my beloved sister, I just trust her. I mean, she's the real deal. And we went out to the street at the top of a mountain in Marin. And then she said, okay, you're going to start to see some ships. They're off in the distance over the bay. And sure enough, there were some lights there, and people were saying, that looks like an airplane. One of the things she said to us was, suspend that aspect, which is always questioning or doubting whether this is real. So I stood beside her and she said, okay, this is a command ship, I think. There were some command ships that came by, and she said, now they're going to fly overhead. And literally, as they started to approach, I could feel the human part of me start to go into, oh my goddess, this is really happening. But Celestine's right by my side. I'm in good hands, so I'm going to just relax and follow her guidance. And they flew by, and she said, okay, now they're going to give you a salute. And sure enough, there were some salutes. The lights started to flash. Do you remember the colors of the lights?
The 3 lights is when it's like a full captain salute, when from the bottom of the ship. So sometimes there's 1 light, sometimes there's 2 lights. And she'd always ask me, how many lights are on top of you? And I'm like, right now I see 3. She's like, that's the captain saluting you right now. So that's a full salute. Like, we see you, we acknowledge you, and we love you.
when I was doing the 3 shows in tribute to her, because originally I was scheduled to interview her. I really wanted to interview her on my channel, and unfortunately it didn't work out. But that's when I got the download. Doesn't matter. I have been studying her and watching every video that she had. I can pretty much tell her life story just with what is available there. So I decided to do a tribute to her because her life is just epic and amazing. I don't know too many women who have the breadth of knowledge and the life experience that she has had, starting with just being born into a metaphysical family to being a galactic ambassador, as well as probably one of the most amazing, powerful priestesses that I've ever known. And I'm sure you could say the same, right?
Yes, absolutely. For me, a priestess is someone that can bridge the seen and the unseen worlds together, and she did that excellently. I've never seen anyone speak and embody such confidence in her capacity to stay grounded, to share wisdom. Again, she, even on 3 days before she was dying, when she was having a hard time breathing, she was guiding people. She was on the internet, supporting others. She was constantly in service. For me, the way of the priestess is here to remind people of their own greatness, to inspire people into trusting they have the wisdom to know what's best for their lives, to continue to inspire people to have courage to destroy the status quo and live imagined fully in full color. Celestine walked around in full, I'm in her outfit right now. She would walk around the town in Fairfax in her full regalia. It was not like she was ever hiding.
No.
Just in being in her presence, you could just feel the energy of, I'm in the presence of a very divine being of light. And everyone felt that consistently. People were scared of her.
Why?
She intimidated some people because she was such a powerful being of light.
She was such a loving, supportive, nurturing being, and so much fun. I still remember all the fun conversations we had. I just love to make her laugh. She's such a playful goddess. I can't understand why people would ever be intimidated.
The same reason people are intimidated by seeing spaceships or being afraid of galactics. The same thing.
Didn't Celestine ordain you?
She did. I was ordained at Isis Oasis.
As was I.
And yes. And it was a powerful invocation and deep transmission, and just having her be there for me. I didn't even know anything about the priestess path before I met Celestine. I was really calling in a goddess, a wise woman to help support me in my path, as I was just really feeling like I was the one everyone used to come to for support, and I really needed support. So I was calling in that, and as soon as I met her, I knew right away I was in the presence of someone extremely magical and divine who was going to be my guiding light. And she brought me home into my heart many times when I was in the dark forest and I was lost. She would help me retrieve my soul fragments and bring me back home and remind me of the star family that I'm a part of, and that I have an eternal personality. That once I tap into my eternal personality, I will remember that I am safe for eternity, and that we are all safe for eternity.
Oh, beautiful, sister. So let me ask you, when did you experience contact with her after she passed?
I'm going to guess like within a couple weeks.
Wow.
I felt the call to start writing. I could hear her. So listening, right? Being able to hear beyond the words. She said, I want you to get your phone, and I'm going to access you through text message and using the oracle on the text message. So there's a way to do that on your phone where you can go, I am, and then there's 3 options with different words on the bottom. So I was just listening to her. So I was like, okay. And so I started typing, and she was sending me messages this way. And if you invite me in, I'm going to share wisdom with you. I'm going to help you write the book of the year. I actually need you to support me in getting my work out into the world, because she didn't feel like she had finished her work. I've written some of the things that she said to me, but I'll just share with you that she said that her job is not done, and I'm here to help support her to continue to get her work into the world. And thank you for helping me to do that. I need your help, Michealah. And so I'm just a servant to love. Yeah, deep wisdom. I've always been there for her when her book came out.
We all love her, and that's something that you and I have as a bond. We share this bond because of our deep love for our beloved sister. That's why we're doing this today. And I just wanted to add, like you had mentioned, this is her crown, and I am so grateful to be wearing Celestine's crown. I feel like it was meant for me. So thank you, my sister. And that's why we are dressed up as the galactic goddess priestesses that we are, embodying the highest frequency from the stars, bringing it down to Earth, which I feel is really in need of this frequency right now. I'm so grateful that we have this opportunity to honor her. So in her honor today, I have asked Michealah if she would share with us one of the writings that she channeled through from Celestine.
Well, more than one writing, but what I did was I just kind of started sharing about how she got in contact with me and how she started to share with me.
Okay.
Michealah, you are so awesome to hear from me, and I'm very interested in this position you have available for conversations with me. I am very thankful for the opportunity to teach you how to call in heavenly assistance and how to reprogram your life. Enable us to acknowledge you for being the expression of God universal mind, aligning with what's going to happen, and how to bend down to the point where it will get back to you. I want you to tell me what you're thinking, and I will land upon you and help you to teach the world, to help it make it a better place for the things that are valuable and priceless, to the throne of heaven, and to always return us to the galactic heart of God. Your purpose is to help broaden our horizons, to make sure that all the miracles that you have are available to use. You are powerful enough to observe the future and make sure that it will work. Through my heart, you will always reside with me in ways others did not. You were taken in place of my heart the moment I struck out of here for God to help me out of my life, be able to connect with you and be able to make it happen for the future. I expect you to tell me when you're ready for a new future and how I can help you with the process as well as your business. If you choose love, you can always get in touch with me. And through the communications here, I will give way more information about what you bring to the world. I've been working on this project for over a year now, and I have no idea what this process will be like. If you ever need to get in contact of the sender of this message, please feel reassured and let us know if there is anything else we can help you with. I've been blessed to have been able to get my life to work with the world, with love and offering grace, to move through darkness successfully and to light the way for others around the world. I've returned home from the Eden of my life to sustain itself through always being able to come and visit with you and the earthly world as you have already been briefed in our dreams. The reason for this is to have you suspend your disbelief in a human body. I'm here to inspire you to see where the will of God universal thought is like a pot of gold, bringing joy in living in the glow of our inherent luminosity, and a teacher, but not everyone is in the same as you are. Your heart is right by the way that it vibrates, the most legendary and greatest thing. To have a lot of fun with this amazing talent of mystifying many people who have long since abjured God. Now, abjured, I never even knew that word, okay? So I just want to say that I'm channeling that. I had to look it up. You know, people who have resisted God. She speaks a lot of God, God universal. That's what she says a lot in her channelings. I will give you a heads up on the next steps in order for me to normalize the order for you to get a new thought. I hope to be able to come in as an invisible life force that gets in a human body. My mind is also known as the invisible energy waves of love and offering grace to be able to make it happen for you right now. Yes, I'm available for you if you want to normalize the sacred union between us and you. You know how to help me keep the balance of light by always sharing with me in my life to help me get my work done in a timely manner so that all beings find their own inner teacher. A solution for you is to tell them what they want to be doing, and then they will listen. I'm so happy you can be there despite the differences in this reality. And she spoke about herself. Celestine was a force for good on purpose with her womanhood. Her confident joy and inherent luminosity is a teacher that will help you with this process. Be aware that the earthly world is not reality. It is only for the best to keep it alive and not to get lost in the mystical realm of your presence. It is clear and to the point that all beings move into the fabric of your presence. The universe works for you. Your life is full of treasures and rings with the bells of love. You have now arrived the same way that I have known. So that's just some of how she talks to me.
This is such an exciting event. We are sharing this show with our beloved sister, Celestine Star. And Michealah is bringing through so many beautiful transmissions. Thank you for sharing that one. Remember when this first started happening and you and I were talking, you shared with me a bunch of them. So you have had time to polish and decipher these transmissions. And I'm wondering, because I know that many in her community have definitely been going through the grieving process, coming to terms with her ascension and transition into the other realms. Would you like to take a moment and speak into the grieving process? Although we recognize that is not something Celestine wants people to wallow in, because we're celebrating that she is in a great place and she's still very much with us, obviously. She has left her body, but as you had written once in a beautiful poem about her, she's now everywhere. And I'm sure, because I've heard from other people, that they too have felt her presence and she has come through them.
Open yourself to the other side in honor of Celestine Star, my dear soul sister. Can you hear dear Celestine Star saying, open your third eye? There's no need to cry when you see what I see here on the other side, on my celestial ride. When we depart, is it from here or from there? Where do we start? Where do we end? Celestine, our best friend. Is she a breath away or among the stars? Is she far or near, wending her way close within that near mothership? Her candy joyous laughter is heard all round here, warming our hearts, removing our fear, as we reside on the spinning Earth's sphere. Her nearing starship flashes its lights sapphire blue and white in loving salute. Her celestial laughter telepaths her insightful message. Whether you return or depart from here or from there, always remain in your heart. And know, there's always time for a fresh new start.
Before Celestine had passed, I was sitting with a group we were talking about death. And I realized that I had not really grieved someone so close to me. I realized I had never gone through that process personally. And this was before she had passed. And when she passed, I felt it so deeply. I could not stop crying. I just couldn't believe that she wasn't here. Like, it was so deep. And what I've come to understand about grief is the more that you can feel grief, like you can deeply feel that, it just is the expression of how deeply you love that person, how deeply you cared. And I definitely did not want me to indulge that, because before she passed, she was like, I'm out of here. So she knew she was going. She knew that she had a bigger purpose, and she was here to obviously guide many of us, including you, Heaven. I feel like she's guided you to do the tribute show. She spoke about the tribute show in some of my channelings, giving thanks that you did that, thanking me for showing up for that. And she's, and you know, when I was writing that poem, I didn't realize she was helping me channel that poem, actually, until I started realizing I was channeling her. Okay, so because it kind of came as a surprise that this was going. I didn't really know what was happening at first, but then in other channels, she was throwing in parts of that poem in random other things. And I was like, oh, she actually helped me write that. She was telling me I'm in everything. I'm in the trees, I'm in the sky, I'm in the breeze, I'm in the mountains, you know, like she wanted me to tell, you know, that she's beyond this physical form, and that when we die, we don't actually die. We go into the spirit realm. And she was a death doula. So she held many people's hands when they were crossing over. So she had absolutely no fear. And I remember she would always guide me, you know, when I was afraid in other realms, like for instance, taking medicine journeys. That anytime I was afraid or I was meeting beings from another realm, and they would ask me, why are you here? And she said, for God. That's the answer. I'm here for God. And when I say God, I mean love, I mean source, I mean creator, I mean this intelligence that's allowing us to breathe, allowing our heart to beat, whatever that is for you. I say God, but you can call it whatever it is, but that we're here for that love. Love is my master and I have no fear of anything. God is my master, I have no fear of anything. And she was really good at teaching us that. And she had absolutely no fear when she passed. I was there kissing her hands, her feet, her third eye. As she was on her deathbed, she looked absolutely gorgeous. She was a queen of queens till the day that she passed.
So beautiful. Continue. I'm just getting emotional because I wasn't there, but thank you for being there.
Yeah, I was there 10 minutes after she had left her body. I was rushing over from Nevada City, so I had a 3-hour drive and I got the call. She's got 3 hours left on the 4th of July. And I think it's absolutely no coincidence that she left on a Syrian portal. There was an astrology Syrian portal that was happening that day, and she left during the fireworks, Independence Day. So now I think of Independence Day, of the time that she was freed from this human body, freed to be in the spirit realm and to be in her queendom. One of her channels, she says, I'm really comfy up here, but I'm still willing to help you. I thought that was really funny. I'm really comfortable where I'm at, but I'm still going to help you. So believe that.
So beautiful. Yeah, that was her Ascension Day portal and a powerful date that was completely in alignment with who she really is and her mission on the planet. She ascended, and it was her liberation day.
Yeah. She was completely liberated. She was at peace with everyone and everything. I mean, it was very clear with Celestine, when you choose love, you win. Mm-hmm. And love is the answer. So that was very clear. She had a hard childhood growing up. There was some darkness that she had to clear, but she not only cleared that, her whole path was lighting a way for others to clear the darkness in their hearts so that they can come into that eternal personality again.
The strength that this woman had was truly, it was beyond this realm. She was able to access so many dimensions. So you have shared with me that you have been asked to lead the Skywatches, right?
I have, yes. And I have her sacred Skywatch portal here, crystal portal that she would bring to the Skywatches. So I have a whole altar here where I keep this here with her and for her. And I've actually been doing a lot of due diligence on Netflix because there's a lot of information on UFOs being declassified. And it's clear that they are here. Mm-hmm. And they've probably always been here. But now I think that we've come to this space now where enough people believe it to be true. And so now it's a lot easier to see. Now, that's the thing about believing something, right? So if you don't believe it's true, it's going to be hard to see it. So you have to suspend disbelief and believe that actually maybe UFOs really do exist and there's galactic beings here on Earth. We're here to support our ascension. Believe that there are benevolent beings here and they're not here to hurt us or harm us like Hollywood would make us believe. They are here to help us to wake up. That's why they often go over nuclear power plants and put the power down, because they don't want to see us blow ourselves up.
They're watching over the children here on the planet to see that everybody plays well together and not do anything too silly and ridiculous and destroy each other. Around the time I was getting to interview Celestine, she was getting ready to do her last Skywatch. So I had to wait until that was over. And I was thinking, well, since I'm getting ready to interview her, I've learned enough from her. I feel like I could probably do my own Skywatch and call them in. Went to a mountain where it was off the grid, and I said, "Glory in the light of the radiant ones." We called them in, and I started to notice movement in the sky. It wasn't like as profound, of course, as when Celestine did it, because she had such a communication with them that was so powerful and deep and connected. But we definitely made contact. And then a few days later, I was coming back into town with the same friend. And as we pulled into this neighborhood where he lived, people were standing, pointing at the sky and filming something. Looked out over the ocean, and there were a fleet of starships, maybe 7 of them, I don't remember, but it was really amazing. It was in plain sight. I sort of knew that they were here to see me. And so I said to my friend, let's hurry over to my building and get out on my terrace, which is over the ocean. And sure enough, there was a ship there. And I actually have footage of it, which I will show a little clip of now.
I knew it would be waiting for me right in front of my home. And I'm in the process of doing an episode with Dr. Celestine Star, who does Skywatches. I did a Skywatch of my own with my friend. Look what showed up. Glory in the leading of the radiant one. So we got in his car and dashed back to my condo building. Tried to get it filmed from the car, which is kind of difficult. But right now, it is literally hovering.
It happened right around the same time as her Skywatch. And I was able to call her and share with her about that. So excited to have my own experience. She says, well, isn't it fun? She says, because you've connected with your cousins and they know now where you live and they'll be back to visit you. I just love that. Oh my goddess. I actually have a recording of her. This is the message from Celestine. So she's really going to be here with us now.
Sweet hallelujah. So I am so glad that you finally have them down there where you are, sharing their lives with you, and they showed up. And you have some footage. This is good, honey. About tomorrow, no. I'm still dealing with doctors and offices, and I just need to know what is going on with my body.
It was on the day that I called her so excited that I had a starship over my balcony. She and I talked about it, and she left the messages, and I saved all her messages up to that moment because I love hearing her. I love hearing her voice. I love feeling her energy. And, of course, that is something that happens this dimension when somebody decides that it's time to leave, which she did, which is the most amazing story of all. I mean, who decides in the hospital and says, okay, I'm out of here, except Celestine, right?
That's
no
right.
fear.
No one had ever even heard of it.
Take a moment, Michealah, and talk about your first reconnection with your galactic origins, which is something that happened for you, I think, at an experience in Burning Man, right, with the Medicine Man?
Yeah.
Share a little bit about that, please.
It was 2002. I had never been to Burning Man. I was not versed in any kind of like psychedelic experience very much. And I met a medicine man and he shared it was NNDMT. And he said, you want to try this? And I said, what is it? And he said, it's the most psychedelic you could get, but it only lasts 15 minutes. Would you be willing to try? And I said, I guess I'll let you go first. But we went out to the edge of the playa, all the way to the edge. And we found a white teepee out there, okay? And so we saged it. I let him go first. I took notes because I was like, what am I doing? What is this? I don't even know. And then it was my turn. So I took a hit and went down and I just started meditating. And I had my head on the ground and my hands on the earth. And I just heard, just be here. Just be here with this. There wasn't like anything dramatic. Within a couple of minutes, I saw a beam of light from the heavens to the earth, bright beam. And it was so bright. It was ahead of me, about 15 or 20 feet ahead of me in my mind's eye. So I summoned it to come closer. And it started coming closer and closer and closer until I was surrounded in this bright beam of light. It couldn't be brighter. My eyes are shut. I'm still physically present on my body. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. I came out of it and he said, do you want to try it again? You want to do another hit? And I said, sure. So I did my hit and I left the planet completely. And when I woke up, I was in front of a pod where 6 beings of light came out and started speaking to me. And when I was going in, I had an image, I forgot to bring it. It was a huge heart about that size, red. And then the image of the goddess. What was the name of that goddess? You told me.
Oh, the Willendorf goddess, which is
Willendorf
like goddess image, yes.
On my chest, okay? And I had it on my chest. And what they said to me was, you are from Pleiadians. You are from this star planet, and you came to Earth to wake up, and you came to Earth to love yourself, and you're wearing the keys on your neck right now. So go back to Earth and love yourself. And I went bam like that, and I went boom, right back into my body. It was really fast. And then I realized, oh, I'm not from around here. So that's how I had contact with my galactic origin, was a direct transmission. I understood everything that they were saying to me.
Powerful.
Before that, I didn't talk galactic. I didn't talk spaceships. None of that. I didn't even have access to my soul tongue yet, and that soul language until that happened to me. And then it was just really easy to remember. Felt my skin, my bones. I'm like, wow, I'm here on this earth. Now, I had a process after that of being very homesick.
Understandably.
Really missing my star family. And I had many medicine journeys after that with 5-MeO and DMT where I was very sad, asking them, why am I still here? What's taking so long? You know, I'm not in that place now. I know that I'm here for a reason, and that nothing happens before it's time, and to be grateful to be in this human flesh and blood and body and enjoy it to the fullest while I'm here.
Beautiful.
She gave me the name of Singing Feather before she passed, because I was going through another challenging moment. You are Singing Feather, sacred daughter of the wind, who speaks clouds and trees of days gone by as humanity listens to your songs. Love you, my daughter, all the way home. The storm is passing. You are passing your initiation with love, truth, harmony, compassion. Shine brightly, fire angel of the heavens. And I was like, what? A singing feather? I don't even sing.
Oh, so beautiful. Well, you do sing, actually.
I do. I know, I do.
Throw a little bit of that in about Michealah, because we actually met through Celestine when we did the Harmony Festival in Sonoma County. Deborah Giusti was the producer of that. She was the founder of the Harmony Festival, and Celestine was the artistic director on the Goddess Grove stage that I was invited to come MC, and Celestine also invited you to come and MC. So we co-MC'd a special Goddess Grove production and performance where we brought through different transmissions from the divine feminine frequencies that we all held, and we're here to share with those people in the audience and also those we encounter on our path. And you, my darling, actually have a very beautiful gift. You have some magic powers as a wordician. Share with us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I've been cultivating my social magic powers to drop interesting seeds of subliminal messages into the magic nation collective consciousness. As a word philosopher, my questioning has been to find an adorable and fun-fluential vocabulary to wake us up from the doldrums of normal reality so we can align with the infinite and the infinite possibilities of creation. So I am a wordo. I am a linguistic mystic. I realize that when you create a new word, you create a new reality itself. So I just started word mashing words together to create new concepts for the planet. And I remember when she invited me onto the goddess stage, she said, I want you to share your deepest wisdom with the people. Please make it 2 minutes. She didn't tell me to do it as a wordsmith, but that was my first challenge of putting my words into poetry. And that's when I channeled Shakti Kundalini.
And I totally love and resonate with. So this actually isn't the show where we're going to give the full transmission of it, but give us a little taste, would you please?
Welcome and enter to the golden age of Shakti Kundalini, where anything is possible and anything can happen when you become fully available and start heart praying attention to the divine sacrednicities unfolding. The university has opened and the mothership has arrived. The fun instructions are simple. Live, love, learn, and let go. Give it like you want it, feel the flow. Live it like you want it, see it grow. Shine your light and let's glow. Live, love, learn, and let go. In the past, challenges felt like a chore, but in the present, it's an adventure. These are mysterious times we're living in, and we are the myth makers. So let's empower our commitment to be authentic, considerate, and truthicipate. Live without fear, and let the healing begin. With beauty and grace, awaken. Leave your sorrow in yestermorrow. Compost your relationship and pessimistical mythery left over from your ancestors' stories and use it as your fertile wiser. Fill your heartens with gratitude for all of life's experiences as a mere reflection, an opportunity to grow. Learn to merge with the ever-evolving flowmentum of your perfect magnificence and use your divinity keys to open to full presence realized. We are so anointed. There's no time to be disappointed. So blessed, no room to be stressed. To know yourself is to now yourself. Be the change. Die. Do not perish. Remember, we are infinite, sacred, divine love. Come on, say it, Heaven.
Infinite, sacred, divine love.
One more time to seal it in.
Infinite, sacred, divine love.
Remember, together is to get here. Together is to get he. Together is to get her. Together is to get here. Gate, paragate. Parasom gate, bodhiswa. Here now. Everybody here now. All together, everybody here now. Delightment, fun-filled. The love oracle as spoken.
Oh, so beautiful, so powerful. We're going to have to do a whole show just on that. Tell us, please, where can people find you?
Partnership.us. It's like partner, but instead it's partnership.us. And I am a innate well-being specialist. So if you're dealing with stress, anxiety, worry, depression, and you want to enjoy life again, I'm here. I'm happy to give a free experience to help inspire you into that greatness. So you can find me there for a free call.
Thank you so much for joining us. Please remember to like, comment, share this out. And I am going to close this beautiful sacred celebration of our beloved sister star with the Goddess Blessing song. For all time you are loved, even more than you can know. And with each passing day of life, we watch you as you've grown to be more full of wisdom, radiant and divine. Oh, dear soul, you're a masterpiece, a heavenly design. So may the goddess bless you and keep you all aglow. And we wish you loving kindness. And may all blessings flow.